Any tips on how to play versus Saipan versus Neptune on one flank and Enterprise fighters on the second? I felt so useless as a CV. Sometimes you're not going to have a good way in. Like, how do we put this? There's two here. We'll do this. We'll do this, and then I'll probably stop or whatever. So risk versus reward. That was something we talked about yesterday. Okay. Which this kind of stems from that. So let's say that you have, you know, 2 lemming trains. You got 2 groups of 6 or whatever. This is a huge cluster of AA. So do you have a way in on this as a CV? No, not really. But because of this, you're strong against aerial, but you're weak against surface. So you're strong against this, but you're weak against surface. Why? Because if you were spread out, you'd have some kind of like crossfire lanes. But without this, the enemy can move forward and take aggressive positions while all you're doing is firing from one angle. So as long as they get to a point where they can be bow in, then they just wrap you and kill you. So they've taken defensive measures against this, but they've lost measures against this. So that's tough. So if you think about like a shooter, right? If you think about a first-person shooter, at least in like the 90s era gaming, I really don't play Call of Duty, so I don't know what it is currently, but you might have, I'm just gonna make some shit up. You might have like a path that goes here to a room, and then this room breaks off, and that goes to this area, which comes back here, but then there's another thing that comes back that way. So there's a way around the room, and typically you're gonna have situations that are gonna have multiple routes in. So you're never going to have a camper that's just going to sit here with his gun pointed in this direction, killing everybody, because somebody can come up behind him and kill him. There's going to be multiple ways to deal with a problem, and it's specifically designed that way so that you don't just have like, here's a little bunker over here with one window and no other way in. So you just have a little dude with a sniper rifle over here just picking bitches off for the entire match, and nobody has a way in on him, because that would suck. So realistically, you'd have like a ladder or something under here, and you might have a tunnel. And that tunnel can come over here with a building, so they can come through the tunnel and they can murder the sniper, and then they can become the sniper. You know, shit like that. There's supposed to be some flow to it. So it's not just one spot to rule them all. Well, similarly, if you're playing the match and you've got a Neptune that's in smoke, whatever, and this Neptune is just locking shit down because, you know, the planes that you have, maybe the Neptune's AA spec, or maybe there just happen to be like there's a battleship over here and there's a battleship over here. So when you try to go in, you're eating shit from the Neptune and the battleship. You're going in, you're eating shit from the Neptune, trying to ride the wall to get to the battleship. You can't really fly across the Neptune to come in. Like, you don't have a path. All right, cool. So is this bad? No, it means that the enemy team has figured out a way to stop you from killing them. But there might be something about this which is particularly weak to surface ships, and the surface ships need to capitalize on it. Like, you can't be mad at the enemy team for doing something well and having a good game. They're supposed to be able to do that. You're supposed to be able to take good positions, get kills, do things, make it happen. Well, the enemy team is supposed to do that as well. So while can it be frustrating if the enemy team has superior positioning or situations that you can't influence? Yeah, it can be a bitch. Just like if you've got a dude back here and there's an island, and because there's a little destroyer or something spotting, this guy just gets to shower hose a fountain of fuck you onto the various battleships over here. I mean, if they don't have a way to see him, what are they going to do about it? Run away? I mean, maybe they can smoke themselves so they don't get spotted or something, but this is a team working together to make magic happen. And if this Neptune locking down this flank and these fighters locking down that flank stop you from being able to kill the enemy team, well, they're doing a good job. So can it be frustrating? Sure. But is it like, this needs to be fixed? No, because that's part of the game. Part of the game is figuring out how to do that.